welcome to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer, and today and tomorrow we are ascending into being revealed the secret mysteries of the divine. And this is definitely very huge, concerning that this is off the heels of a new moon in Aquarius transit, a full moon in Virgo cycle, as well as Venus in its exaltation and Neptune in its dignity. So, that being said, personally, and I hope others of you have found this to be true, but when it comes to the energy of Scorpio and also Pisces, Scorpio, to me, is a question mark, and Pisces is a question mark with an exclamation mark. You could say Pisces is an exclamation mark, and you can even put Cancer into there, where there's a divine mystery to water. If you think about energy that's a mystery, or you can't figure it out, or that's maybe hidden, that's the energy of Scorpio. Where if you think about how the 8th house correlates to the occult, or occult meaning hidden, means that the 8th house, 4th house, 12th house, which represent the 4th house of private instances and views, opposite the 10th of public reputation, and then the 8th house is an occult house, and then the 12th house is a hidden house that's kind of removed from everything else. This brings its own mysterious energy, in that anything that's hidden or requires deeper wisdom is Scorpio. So I'm saying that so you embrace a little bit more of mystery. Everything with Pisces and Scorpio want you to take your individual feelings and curiosity of Gemini to connect with other essences and energies socially and collectively to understand more of what seems like a mystery. It's just with the thing about water is learning to embrace the mystery, learning to embrace what's unknown and what you're guided to believe and trust. Trust being Scorpio and belief being Pisces. So a transit like this is going to strengthen your trust in what you're working to believe. And it's going to do that by unveiling secret mysteries. It's just with Pisces and Scorpio, you could be revealed things and be left even more confused. That's not going to happen with this Aquarius energy. Oh my God. It's not going to happen with this Gemini, because you've been culminating so much understanding. Everything that you know right now is just a fraction of what you know. It's everything you think you know. And that's not to undermine you. That's just to let you know everything, myself included, everyone, like everything that you know or think you know right now, compared to what you truly know, is but just a small fraction. And a transit like this is going to unlock more the wisdom of how to perceive what you've always known. A moon in Scorpio transit opposite Uranus is going to draw on the unconventional and extra dimensional energy that you're manifesting physiologically and reveal deeper wisdom of it with the soul energy that you'll be aware of divinely. And what that means is stupid, crazy synchronicities and miracles, but you understanding the deeper wisdom of what it means. Going into Moon in Sag, where you literally see what it means. And you see what it means so much, this is such a magical experience. The square to Pisces is forcing you to change your understanding because you're actually experiencing it. This is happening right now. And it's so very amazing because, your willingness or adamant or your desire to figure out the mystery may make you forget that you're a part of a production, or may make you forget that this is an adventure, or that this is a process, and may also block you from experiencing and going with the flow what you'll inadvertently get if you just release the need to know. Because with all this Aquarius energy, 12th house from Pisces, we're at this stage of experiencing something, releasing the need to like know and figure it out. When you're experiencing something magical, if you try and figure it out, you miss out on the experience. Especially for those of you who are getting caught up in many moments of like intense negativity. I don't know if a lot of you are feeling that. So let me just be like, clear the air and just let you know you're not alone in this. Some of you are alone in the intensity you're feeling it, but the dark force energy that wants to push this wants you to feel like you're alone in this and that you're weird. You can't communicate this to other people because they'll think you're weird, which is a lie. It's actually a cloud, Pisces, that's, influencing collectively Pisces, everybody and everything. So, some of you are really receptive, especially for you who have vessel alien contacts, like Moon Pluto, Moon Saturn, Moon Neptune. You're very sensitive to the vibrational warfare, to actual vibrational warfare, if microwaves are being weaponized. But like, you're very sensitive to the energy that's being projected at you in an effort to produce shame and guilt for your actions. It's all psychological. Instead of why it might be confusing is you might be pinning it to that person who doesn't like you, and you have to look at it the other way around. It happens for real because you're being projected through a physical instrument. But instead of focusing on the individual doing it, the individual channeling that energy is being channeled from a collective spirit or energy that looks for places and hearts that are not pure to ride in. This is why psychic hygiene is the best way to protect against spiritual attack. If every day your spiritual hygiene is on point, like your physical hygiene, you won't have to worry about spiritual attacks. If you follow God and you walk in line with God, God and his angels, we protect you. So like that's the whole notion of like being one in integrity with God. Walking in the integrity of God can have you walk into the valley of the shadow of death and you're like, I'm good. I don't move wrong. I don't have to worry about anything. God got me. And it's easy to say that. It's easy to be like, God got you. It's a different thing to walk through the valley of the shadow of death and walk through ops and walk out untouched because God got you. A lot of people are afraid to believe in God, but they mask that in this, scientific understanding or critical perspective. That's really just an inability to accept that which is unseen, but still transcendent. And Pisces is all about transcendence. Scorpio is all about transformation. And so Scorpio of transformation is 9th house to the sun in Pisces. Before I explain this more, some of you are feeling into this psychic attack and vibrational energy in spurts where you deal with it, you process it, and it comes back. And the best thing about this is that your ability to really, really, really maneuver through this is not to surrender like a doormat for people to walk all over you, but to remember that the reflections and projections of individuals who refuse to acknowledge the truth of you is not your problem. Your ego is going to want to react. Shout out to my Aries. Shout out to my Mars dominance. We don't play that shit. Your ego's gonna want to react and smack a motherfucker. Okay? And if you can smack a bitch, let them know what's up. But realistically speaking, you're enabling any more confrontation by psychologically affirming that you can even lower yourself to that level. So it's this the good thing about this challenge is that it's helping you reframe psychologically and remind yourself who's boss. So it's also, enduring and knowing that there are things unseen that work in your favor in these instances too. Thank God a transit like this is going to reveal it. The mysteries and secrets of the divine and how you connect in this facet is bringing to the light everything that was transformed with Moon in Libra, and it's giving you wisdom on your social connections. You may not like what you pick up or hear, but really embrace it, especially with Uranus that's going to be opposite the Moon, which is for all intents and purposes going to draw on this extra dimensional energy. Uranus pertains to the extra dimensional realm of the universal mind because the universe is mental, whereas Neptune is going to be the imagination. the trine the moon will make to Neptune, after it takes the energy in Uranus and literally has you feel to the depths of your soul the physiological changes. A lot of you are going to feel your body transforming and changing, and because the moon is opposite in Scorpio, you can feel it. Then that's going to actually trine Neptune in Pisces, and it's going to make you deeply receptive to the perception and transcendence of your ability to take that deep feeling and perceive it in such a much more divine way, divine pertaining to beyond this physical realm, tapping into an energy that's past, present, and future. The intuitive hits you're going to gain are insane, but I don't like to use that word. Crazy, amazing, or purely divine. It's pure divinity that's moving forward, and you're going to see through a lot of the BS like many Scorpios do, or those with the Sharingan eye. So a transit like this is going to have you really perfectly move beyond the pettiness of these vibrational, because a lot of people don't want to admit this, but the whole concept that you have somewhat psychically advanced and adept individuals and collectives playing petty games behind your back is a real thing. And remember, don't break it down collectively, because you're going to be revealed who these individuals are, but don't get so caught up on the individuals. You need to focus more on the handler and the handler's handler, because ultimately the individual is just a puppet or a vessel for that collective energy. It's the energy that you're combating against. For we fight not against flesh and blood, okay? And so here's the thing. Coming into the moon of Sagittarius and victory, the dark depths of Scorpio that's going to have you navigate through this, let's take it, psychic warfare, is going to bring you the greatest victory through your own hands because of the operation in truth. The square to all the Aquarius energy is making sure this pure wisdom you're coming into aligns with the integrity of knowledge that you express, where you gain knowledge and you don't necessarily just change it because you don't like what the knowledge says. Embrace this energy. Moon through fixed signs induces energy, and once again the opposition to Uranus is going to be very telling. Then it's going to trine Neptune, and most importantly it'll sextile Pluto. But after that, I meant to say most importantly, it'll oppose Mars, that'll enter 0 degrees. When Moon enters 0 Sag, Mars will enter 0 Gemini. And so this is going to be very, very relevant when taking into account how we're quickly, as the moon's going into Sag, ascending perspective, changing everything we believe, and already being able to change the nature of our actions. A transit like this is going to induce such a supernatural understanding of how to see the magical execution of your abilities. Up until this point, you may have felt that you have certain upgrades or updates. You can harness facets of your own being so much more powerfully, but you may not have been able to really make total sense of how you do that. This is going to allow you to do that purely because this moon in Scorpio transit is going to really deeply uncover mysteries of the divine and of how the divine operates in your life, to literally unveil how much better you can go through. This is a W for you. Tomorrow's a W for you. And all through the moon in Scorpio, you're just going to be getting the sauce, the tea and the sauce. And so use this wisely, okay? Ultimately, in this life, people use all sorts of excuses to basically excuse why they can disrespect you or why they don't like what you do. But a transit like today is going to remind you that you're good, you're protected, you don't have to watch out for any of that. Every single person and individual who, because like someone can feel a certain way, but if they're not pure in their intent, if they don't have integrity in how they do so, it will always backfire. And you're going to see a lot of stuff people did towards you in that fashion backfire bad against them, because they should have never stepped to you or people who you love like that. So stay true, stay winning, and a special shout out to the Queen, Lady G. You know what it is. All right. Y'all stay blessed as always. And until next time, peace.